Hi, welcome to my channel, and I'm very much pleased to present to you my very first rant. Right off the bat, please pardon my necessary gestures and umming. This whole thing is still new to me, and quite frankly, it still cringes me a bit. Not as much as the time when I first thought of doing this video, but still cringes me a bit just thinking about it. Anyway, this very first video will serve as my trial run as I reorient myself in video editing. And actually, I'm still in the process of learning how to write scripts. As it turns out, I can't just wing it. This thing is actually harder than it seemed. That said, please feel free to comment down below for any suggestions for me to improve on. I would appreciate that. Once again, welcome to Chris Tech Rants. Now, about the channel, most of the videos I'd be uploading here will be anything tech. Tech like computers, desktop or laptop, PCs or Mac, game consoles from Xboxes, PlayStations, even Switches, mobile phones, general home appliances like air conditioning unit, TVs, those stuff, and even cars, motorcycles, airplanes even. Stay tuned for that one. Uh, well, basically anything tech. Now, a bit of information about myself. My name's Chris, and I guess it's safe to say I'm a tech savvy. Well, a tech savvy wannabe to be more accurate. And ever since I was little, I was really into computers already. The first computer I ever got was a Commodore 64 my dad gave me. And I remember playing Mario on it. This was way back in the mid 80s. Most of you guys weren't alive back then, I suppose. The first computer I ever built was with a 486 motherboard, and then 486DX, 586, 686. Looking back, one thing I do regret is the thing here is I was exposed in building computers at a really young age, and at the time, I thought it was pretty normal to have heaps of motherboards or video cards, RAMs laying around the house. As it turns out, it wasn't, and it was just lucky. And looking back, I regret taking it for granted a bit. Anyway, the first computer I ever bought with my own money, it was a Pentium MMX 200 megahertz. That was pretty good. I stuck with Intel. I pretty much stuck with Intel after that. As for game consoles, the first one I ever owned was a Sega Genesis, and then PlayStations, PS1. I never owned a PS2. I was actually kind of envious of my friends back then who owned one. PS3, PS4, PS5 is currently out of my reach. Apparently, not just me. And during my college days, my dad often gives me projects in building computers and setting up its networking, and a bit of video editing as well, but very basic stuff, very basic. After college, the first job I had was with an advertising firm in their tech support division. I basically jump around companies back then, but generally I worked about 5 or 7 years in the tech support field. And after college, I pretty much laid off desktops and switched to laptops, Dells mainly. And for the past 10 years now, I've been a Mac user. Fast forward to now, the pandemic happened, and that inspired me to build myself a new computer. And the funny thing here is building computers back then to now is really, really different. Different in a good way. I mean, back then or right now, I don't have to worry myself with the jumper settings and those things. Right now, it's much, much, much simpler. Okay, it's simpler now anyway. I guess it's true what they say. Building computers now is pretty much like Legos for adults, or not. It really depends on the person doing the building. And I did say a bit of information about myself, and it's getting a bit too long now. Going back to Chris Tech Rants, most of the contents, pardon the noise, that's my pet Sevar. He's doing his thing with his puzzle. And yeah, most of the contents I'd be uploading would be about tutorials like a Windows installation, those kind of stuff, and reviews. Here's a missed opportunity. I was just made aware by my wife that unboxing stuff is pretty much a thing in YouTube, and I'm not one for collecting boxes. Normally, once I take the component out and copy the numbers off the box for warranty purposes, I just throw them away afterwards. So, missed opportunity there. But again, I try to make do with what I have. So I'd be doing reviews off of my components and maybe liquid cooling, air cooling, computer cases, those kind of reviews. And right now, though, most of the materials or I don't have the necessary equipments to do a proper review and tutorials as of the moment, because I ordered them online from Amazon and I'm here in Manila. So it'll take a while for the materials to arrive here in the Philippines. But again, I try to make do with what I have. So uh, I am currently working on a project right now, more simple one, and stay tuned for that one. And I guess that's it for now. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe as to not miss out on the upcoming videos, or not, up to you. But again, that's it for now. See ya.